llora mi tambor.
Yes, ¿qué motea?
En honor a Linda Lino, una poesía hecha canción.
Punta Gorda, ¿qué motea? PG.
Llora, 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 llora mi tambor. Llora, 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 llora mi tambor. Oye, 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 no. Oye, 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 no. Como llora mi tambor, por mi gente, por mi raza. Como llora mi tambor, que ha hecho la maldad.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, straight from Punta Gorda town, PG, Southern Belize, Mr. Darius Avila, from the Battle of the Drums, the creator, the president behind this movement called the Battle of the Drums.
Oye, 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 no. En el territorio la desolación, la injusticia de la mano con la marginación. Oye como llora mi tambor. Antes sonaba mi tambor de alegría y danza, ahora suena de tristeza y de dolor. Antes sonaba mi tambor de alegría y danza, ahora suena de tristeza y de dolor. Llora, 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 llora mi tambor. Llora, 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 llora.
Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ La Buga, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Los Angeles, 48 and Hoover. Emotea. Brooklyn, New York.
GCK.
Bronx. Welcome tonight. Houston, Texas. Lots of Labugan out there in Houston, so welcome tonight. The Reyeses, the Castillos. Tune in tonight all the way from Houston, Texas. ¿Qué motea, qué motea, qué motea? Ajá. I want to welcome Los Angeles. Seattle, Washington. Chicago. All the way from PG, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Darius Avila, who was born in the town of Punta Gorda, Toledo District, Belize. He holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration from the University of Belize and a Master's degree in Business Administration from the University of the West Indies. We're gonna find out more about Mr. Avila tonight. We're gonna talk about the #1 movement in Belize as far as Garifuna culture is concerned, and it is called the movement of the Battle of the Drums. He has a dedicated team who collectively put this movement together called the Battle of the Drums. Several cultural retrieval and preservation activities have been established, nurtured, and maintained Battle of the Drums Cultural Retrieval and Preservation Agenda has three main programs, and we're going to talk about that. One is the Garifuna Language and Preservation Program. 2, the Garifuna Drumming, Singing and Dance Program. 3, Battle of the Drums Community Support Program. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga tonight. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We present our weekly radio show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have interviews from Aurelio Martinez to Consigo, Gado Nunez, Gloria Osiris, Lord Agustin. Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga brings them all to you on our weekly radio show. Listen live on your home computer, smartphone, iPad, and notebook. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook through Ronnie Figueroa. Also on TuneIn. If you don't have the application, download it for free. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We are live from the studios in Long Beach through RadioCentroamerica.com and LMBRoots.com radio in New York. Every Wednesday from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bring to you the best of recording artists, musicians, producers, and musical directors behind Garifuna Music. So welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga and enjoy my show tonight. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Yes, tonight, Mr. Darius Avila, Battle of the Drums President. Mr. Avila, Mabuiga. First of all, I would like to thank you for accepting this invitation to do an interview with Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. It's a weekly radio show through RadioCentroamerica.com and through the Bronx #1 LMBRoots.com radio. So we have two radio stations right in the heart of the Garifuna community outside of Central America. Mr. Avila happens to be the most recognizable icon right now, as far as I know, in the town of Punta Gorda. He is one of the men behind a strong team that put together the movement called the Battle of the Drums. So the Battle of the Drums is an initiative. It was conceptualized back about 2016, the month of October, right? But we're going to let you talk more about it. First of all, we want to open the microphone, and I know you told me it's raining, it's thunderstorm in PG. Welcome tonight, Mr. Avila. How are you?
I am doing great. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I take the lightning and the thunder storm that we have outside as showers of blessings. So I believe that, it couldn't have been better for a night like this to have a show like this.
Itarala. We hear you, sir. Beautiful. Yes. I believe that that's the nature, and you come from, you are in a beautiful town where, of course, it rains a lot around this time of the year. So we want to welcome you and the beautiful rain and the thunderstorm in PG. I want you to take a minute to acknowledge all of the beautiful people from Punta Gorda who are listening right here in Los Angeles, out there in New York, in Chicago. So please do take a minute, not only for the people from PG, but all of the people who are listening live tonight.
Well, I first of all would like to give a big shout out to my brother Herman Flores and his wife Sandra, who are listening as well to my many friends, Donovan Lopez in the Los Angeles area, all the Lopez family in Los Angeles area, all our friends and families from Punta Gorda, and then of course our extended family from La Buga,
Yes.
from Honduras, and of course from Belize.
Yes, indeed. Welcome tonight. Yes, Garinagu, from wherever you are, from all the diaspora, even from Nicaragua, we have listeners that tune in every Wednesday. So we want to welcome all of our brothers and sisters from Nicaragua and from the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are also tuning in tonight, because when they heard about the movement of the Battle of the Drums, they said, this must be interesting. So we're going to tune in and we're going to listen, because we want to bring the culture back to St. Vincent. So that would be one of the things that we probably have to address tonight, Mr. Avila. How's that?
That is most welcome. Greetings to our family and friends from Yorume, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. It's a pleasure. We hope to, at one point, be visiting St. Vincent so as to bring our cultural retrieval activities. I know that James Lovell out of New York travels to St. Vincent on an annual basis. We work closely with him when he comes to Belize, and we'll be more than happy to visit St. Vincent at some point to do likewise.
Yes, indeed. And as a matter of fact, Trish St. Hill, who is the president of Yuga Cure, behind this retrieval project, just finished a wonderful program that spanned for about 2 or 3 weeks in the main city, of course, in Kingstown. So congratulations to Trish St. Hill for wonderful work. She was able to bring with her Miss Georgette Lambe, one of Belize's own. And of course, year after year has been James Lovell and many other teachers who have collaborated in one way or another. So this year it was Georgette Lambe, and I think it was Miss Vernon. I'm not sure about the other teacher who came to St. Vincent with the retrieval program, but I would love to see the Battle of the Drums committee, the movement, to come to St. Vincent and put a nice show together, because there is more to the movement than what we're trying to convey right here. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. So, Mr. Avila, how are you tonight? And can you please share with the audience your birthplace? Please.
I am doing well, and I am from Punta Gorda Town. I was born in Punta Gorda, Belize. I live here in Punta Gorda Town most of my life. I left for a few years for study and for work, and I'm happy to be back in PG over the past 15 years, constantly trying to contribute to my community and, of course, to my culture.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I just got a message from Chicago. They say Chicago is tuned in. So greetings to you, Mr. Avila from Chicago. We have a strong Garifuna, Belizean Garifuna community out there who are listening. So they just want to acknowledge that they are listening and that they love you and they care for the type of work that you're doing in the community. From Chicago, how is that?
Yes, that is great. As a matter of fact, I have a sister and a brother-in-law who lives in Chicago, Mrs. Marjorie Avila Zuniga, and my brother-in-law Ben Zuniga. They live in Chicago, and I have a lot of friends, particularly from the Hopkins Village area, who moved into Chicago. So again, greetings to them.
Wow, excellent. Mr. Avila, I also want to share with you that we have a full house tonight. We have listeners in Tegucigalpa, Honduras, in La Ceiba, New York, Stamford, Connecticut, Long Beach, California, Los Angeles, California, Pasadena, in a place called Wantagh, New York, and we have listeners in Europe. So we are full right now. We have a full house to the point that people are getting kicked out of LMB Roots. So if you are not able to tune in to lmbroots.com, please go to radiocentroamerica.com. We have a space for thousands of listeners. So thank you so much for the audience to tune in tonight in such numbers. I am so proud of the work that you're doing, Mr. Avila. But before we get into the nitty gritty, I would like to ask you about your parents, your siblings, your wife. Please tell us.
Yes. I come from a family of four sisters and two brothers. So totally, that would be what, seven?
Wow. Yes.
Yes. My mom is still living. She is 89 years young. I'm very, very happy, and our family is very, very happy to continue to have her in our lives. You know, she is the matriarch of our family.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, she is my mom is the co-founder of the Battle of the Drums. It started when she and I started to discuss the deterioration that we saw in our culture,
Yes.
particularly here in Belize, and that got the movement going to know what it is, the Battle of the Drums competition and show, and of course all the related cultural and preservation programs and activities that we pursue. My sisters, one lives in Belmopan, Belize. Three live in the United States. Two of my brothers have passed away. One passed only early last year, in the month of March. My dad has also passed on, but I have a wealth of family and friends around. My wife Lisa, she works very, very closely with me on the Battle of the Drums initiative. She's a big support system that I have, and as well, she is integrally involved in our family business that we share together, our Hotel Bea Suites, which I could tell you about more a little later.
No, definitely. Thank you for that information. Excellent. We are getting a lot of people. I get distracted a lot because people are on the social media interacting with me, asking me and telling me to ask you questions, but it is very complicated. I tell you, you are a very popular man. So let me try to stay focused here for a minute. Can you talk about your upbringing in Punta Gorda town? Such a beautiful place. I've been there many a times. My wife is actually from PG. She's from the Norales family.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, indeed.
Great.
So I consider myself an honorary Penina. How's that?
Of course. We will be sure to give you the keys to the town the next time you visit.
Hey, Kemotia! You know what? What I would like to do, best of all, maybe try to get from Labuga to PG without having to issue my passport. You know, I would like to just have some type of honorary pass, so I don't have to check in and paying the 10 Belize dollars to stay there per day. So maybe I could just get away with that. How's that?
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's very easy. Let me know when you're coming, and I'll work that out for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Avila. Next question here. We would like to know about your education. I know you are very highly educated. I just read a little bit of your bio, but tell us about your beginnings, where you went to school in PG, and all the way up to getting your master's degree, please.
Sure. Before I speak about my education, I just wanted to mention as well that I also have two sons. I'm talking about my family. I have two sons. One is going to junior college in Belize City, and the other is going to the university doing his bachelor's degree in accounting. So again, both of them are my support system in everything that I do. So I'm very proud of them as they continue their education. In terms of my education, I went to school in Punta Gorda town, St. Peter Claver School, and then I went to high school at the then high school, Claver College. After 4 years, at Claver College, and having graduated, I then moved on to Belize City, where I pursue an associate degree in arts at the St. John's Junior College,
Wow.
which is one of the most formidable junior colleges in Belize. After that, I was employed by the Belize Social Security Board for a number of years, and during my employment with them, I decided to go back to school, where I did a bachelor's degree in business administration at the University of Belize. Thereafter, I pursued a master's degree, again in business administration and MBA, at the University of the West Indies. You may know that this is the premier university in the Caribbean.
Yes.
It has campuses in Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. And I got my MBA out of the campus in Barbados.
Wow. Beautiful.
Thereafter, I started my own business. So I have a business consulting firm where I offer a wide range of consulting services, including corporate setups, organizational systems, and services, among other things. And then later, in about 2005, I started a hotel along with my wife by the name of Bea Suites, which is a luxury hotel in Punta Gorda, the only one of its kind, owned by a Garifuna in Punta Gorda town.
Wow, beautiful. Excellent. Yeah, that was actually my next question. Let's talk a little bit more about the business venture, the hotel. So this is a venture that you and your wife started, and it's been around for how long?
Since 2005, and we cater to middle income and upper middle income guests. We're very, very happy for that particular tourism product that we have been able to set up. And so this year is our 10th year
Wow.
in business, and we continue moving along stronger than ever.
Wow, that is excellent. Congratulations on that business venture, and congratulations on keeping your family together, educated, and of course moving forward. And that is good to know. So when we are in PG, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out Bea. The name of the hotel is called Bea Suites, and it's a hotel located in the Punta Gorda town. Where is the exact address of the hotel?
The address is 6 Hopeville, Punta Gorda town. It is right on the entrance of Punta Gorda town, right in front of the sea, and that is why the word Bea from Garifuna, meaning beach or beachfront.
Yes.
Suites, because literally it is right in front of the water, coming into Punta Gorda town. Well, when you're coming like from Belize City into Punta Gorda town.
Okay, so it's air conditioned, cable TV. What else?
Yes, certainly. Air conditioned, cable TV, wireless internet, queen size beds. We also have restaurant facilities, rooftop terrace, a garden gazebo.
Wow.
And right on the beachfront, with all the nice breeze, everything that goes along with being on the beachfront.
Beautiful. We love that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. So, for the next trip to PG on the Battle of the Drums movement celebration again this year, don't forget to book your rooms. If rooms are still available, I'm sure that they get booked way in advance for the Battle of the Drums, which is coming up in November, right?
Yes, you're very right. As a matter of fact, we are booked out. We have been booked out from January.
Oh, wow.
So, if you're really interested in staying with us, you will need to book like a year in advance.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go to Hams Flores' house. Don't worry about it. Hams will welcome us, all of us there, somewhere in PG. Right, Mr. Ham? I know
Sure.
Hams is listening right now. He's with his family here in Los Angeles. So thanks, Hams, for the also being the person, the middleman who made this possible tonight, this wonderful interview with Mr. Avila, who is behind the Battle of the Drums movement. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. It's a weekly radio show on Wednesdays between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And of course, Chicago has the same time as Belize time, so they don't worry about it. They live like they're in Belize, right? Same time. Beautiful. Yes. So we are also live on lmbroots.com radio, which is the number one Garifuna radio at this moment, and it's out of the beautiful Boogie Down Bronx. Yes, right there in New York. So welcome to all of our beautiful listeners from lmbroots.com radio. And of course, if you are listening or tuning in to Radio Centro America, you're also welcome. This is what we have and what we do every Wednesday. And as we continue with this interview tonight, my next question to you, Mr. Avila, is now let's talk about the idea behind the Battle of the Drums. Will you?
Yes, certainly. Like I mentioned, the idea came about when my mom and I were around our family dining room somewhere around 2005. And both she and I were lamenting about how dismal our Garifuna celebrations had become. We were, at a loss as to why is it our culture has deteriorated to such a low level. And so, we were like lamenting about that. And, I suggested to her, I said, Mom, we have to do something about it. Because, it's good that we recognize that it is happening, but nothing better than having recognized it that we should try to do something. And so we continued to discuss over a period of weeks, and the idea came that, if we want to do something about the deterioration in our culture, clearly it will have some financial implications for us to be able to do anything, because, the days have come now where you cannot get anyone to do anything for you without some financial consideration.
Yes, indeed.
So we discussed and we said, what we need to do is to come up with some activity that will have the effect of producing some financial benefits. And then from the finances that we derive from these activities, we could then reinvest into whatever activities we would want to promote in terms of pursuing our cultural retrieval, because that is what it became, having recognized that the deterioration in the culture. And so we came up with the idea, well, let's have a show where, we could invite people, we could charge them, it'll be a cultural base, and then whatever proceeds we make from that show, we can reinvest in our culture. The drums. In 2006, we started the show by having groups only from Punta Gorda town, and the response was phenomenal. Wow, we were extremely impressed with the turnout, and we saw that the idea had a big importance for everyone who attended. And we decided that the next year we should invite groups from other parts of the country.
Right.
We did just that, and yes, we had some groups from other parts of the country. And the following year we decided, well, you know what? This is working out. Why don't we invite our brothers and sisters from Labuga, which is next door to Punta Gorda town.
Right.
It's only a 45-minute to 50-minute boat ride from Punta Gorda to Labuga. And then the idea came up that, yes, we should also invite our brothers and sisters from out of Honduras so that we could have a truly international show, and we could have an exchange among our relatives from Honduras, Guatemala, and Belize. And so that is how it, as of 2007, we have been having the show with these with groups from these three countries, and it has grown from year to year to year.
Excellent, beautiful. My mind is just going crazy. I hear the concept of the Battle of the Drums, and just the name alone, it's a seller. It's a big winner. It's a big concept that really it just brings so many ideas to the table. Now, when we talk about reacculturating and we put the two together, because when you're trying to preserve the culture and you bring this type of healthy competition into the table, this is a win-win situation. I love the idea. I love the concept.
Right. Yes. No, certainly it is clearly a win-win situation, and we cannot lose sight of the reason for the competition and the show. The reason is to, yes, bring people together, but the bigger reason is for us to generate funds to reinvest into our culture.
Right.
And so that alone has had that effect. Of course, our cultural retrieval activities have gotten so big, and I will discuss that with you in a short while.
Mm-hmm.
Have gotten so big that the proceeds from the show is not enough for all the things that we have done and we would want to do. But the good part is that there are a lot of people who like the idea likewise and have supported us financially and otherwise, so that we are able to do all the things that we are now doing as part of our Garifuna cultural retrieval and preservation agenda.
Excellent. Congratulations on that. The idea is just great. Now, I understand that your event is so big that it draws people from the United States, from England, and from many other parts of Belize. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. It has become so big that people start to plan their vacation around this event, both locally and internationally.
Wow.
I could easily think about, for example, 30 people who come to the show every year from all over the world. What the first thing they would tell me when they are leaving after the show would be, Doris, give me the next date for next year. Give me the date for next year. Because I need to organize my vacation. I have to be sure that the show will happen on that particular date, and I organize my vacation.
Wow.
But we have made it simple. The show is held the Saturday immediately before the 19th day of November.
Wow, excellent.
Every year.
Excellent.
So whatever Saturday that is, whatever date that is, it will always be the Saturday before the 19th day of November. So you could, you could bank on that.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for that information. I think it's very crucial for the promotion of this big event, and I think it just has taken off to a level where we need to find bigger sponsors. We could name some of the biggest corporations in Belize that maybe need to think about the possibility of sponsoring your event for the sake of promoting their products. And I think that somebody's not looking hard enough at what you are doing, because you have a good concept behind. Now let's talk about the names of the drumming groups that have been or that have won the competition since its inception. Can you give us an idea of who has won back to back?
Sure. And I want to highlight that this year is our 10th year. This is our 10th anniversary. So this year will be big for us.
Wow.
Over those 10 years, in 2006, the winner was Mario and the Omalali group. That is a group out of Punta Gorda.
Yes, we know
it
them.
has in the You know Mario and the Umalele group?
Yes, they
Very
come to
vibrant
Labuga.
group.
They come to Labuga
Mario
all the time.
McDonald is originally from Livingston, Labuga, yes.
Yes.
He is originally from Labuga, and he has members, some other group members like his brother and his sister-in-law who are also from Labuga originally, and also other members some are from Punta Gorda, some are from Hopkins, so it's a very vibrant group. So they were the winners in 2006.
Okay.
In 2007 and in 2008, we had back-to-back champions, Chukuru and the Tribal Vibes. That's a group out of Punta Gorda town. So they won 2 years, in 2007 and 2008. In 2009, a group from Barranco Village by the name of Lilagle Barangu won. And they also won back-to-back in 2010. So Lilagle Barangu from Barranco Village won 2009 and 2010. In 2011, it was a group from out of Hopkins Village by the name of Lebeha Drummers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, very vibrant group, young group, very, very vibrant. I think they were in Chicago last year for the Chicago Day celebrations. In 2012, it was the group from Bahamar, Honduras.
Wow.
Grupo Hutelo, who won. Yes, that was very, very impressive.
Wow.
And in 2013, it was the group from Labuga, Guatemala, Lufuliri Gulfo Iumo.
Wow.
Lufuliri Gulfo Iumo was the group that won in 2013. Now, I'll tell you something about the groups from Honduras and from Labuga. What I note is that initially when they started to come, I think they started to come in about around 2009, thereabouts. 2009. These two groups, in 2007, sorry. That was the time that we started to bring over the international groups. When they started out, I was thinking, wow, you know what? It doesn't appear like these guys will win anytime soon.
Wow.
You know, they were just not at the level of the competition, and even they conceded to me and to my organization that, you know what, this is a tough competition, and we are not at the level. But they decided that they have to win this competition sooner or later. And so they started this, and they practiced and they practiced. Before long, in 2012, the group from Honduras won, and in 2013, the group from Guatemala won. Wow. So they upped their game to a high level that now they are solid competitors in this event. Last year, 2014, we invited the champions of the high school Battle of the Drums and the sub-champions of the high school Battle of the Drums, because we also have this competition at the high school level, to be a part of the event. And again,
Okay, we're going to call back again. I think we had a little interruption there. Not a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct from the studios in Long Beach. And we have tonight a very special guest, Mr. Darius Avila, who is the president behind the Battle of the Drums movement. So we're going to play a couple of songs, and then we're going to reconnect, and we're going to continue with this wonderful interview as we try to get more and more information from Mr. Avila in regards to the Battle of the Drums. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga.
Ragu quay ma quay ba Ragu quay ma quay ba Piri vaya guiñe Ida que nunca pana la Lagu bay ba bay ba Bini bayagi ye Titanye nunca ba
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We have reconnected. I guess the thunderstorm is doing some damage right here to our quality of connection. But Mr. Avila, please continue tonight.
Sure. I don't know where the call dropped though. Was it when I'm sure we was talking about the groups. I don't remember what year.
I think we left.
Okay,
you were going to talk about 2014.
Okay,
Yes.
very well.
Yes.
Yes, so in 2014, last year, we decided that we needed to invite the champion and the sub-champions of the high school Battle of the Drums to the adult Battle of the Drums. So that one, we could give them an opportunity to compete at a higher level, and two, to serve as an incentive and a motivator for them to continue doing well at the high school level. Well, we were not expecting that any one of the high school groups would have won the competition, but lo and behold, Ecumenical High School from Dangriga Town actually took the stage by storm.
Wow.
And they outdid all the other groups, and thus they became the champions, and they are now the reigning champions for the Battle of the Drums as of 2014.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that is beautiful. Thank you for recounting this wonderful movement. Why do you call it a movement? I don't know. It sounds good. I like it. But I hope this movement becomes a bigger thing so that we could one day maybe bring it to Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, you know?
Oh, yes. That is my dream, that one day we could do something like that. Actually, I was hoping that this year, our 10th anniversary, that we could have brought either a group or two from out of the U.S.
Wow.
But, it didn't exactly work out. But I'm hoping that, we could still do something like that. Or, like you said, see how we could replicate it in one of the cities, or in several cities in the U.S. Of course, it will take a lot of planning and logistics and financial support to do something like that. But from where we come from, in terms of our ancestral background, nothing is impossible for us.
Yes.
So where there is a will, I'm sure there is a way.
Yes, sir, indeed. You know what? I was just thinking about it. I was talking to your wife as we were preparing for this interview tonight. We were chatting on Facebook, as a matter of fact, and I was telling her that one of my dreams would be to bring the concept to help to preserve the Garifuna culture here with the children in the United States, Garifuna American. And then I was asking her, are there any plans to export the Battle of the Drums to major cities in the United States? And she said, Ronnie, if you think you could do that, I mean, you're going to have to come up with a lot of money and try to pay airfare, tickets, hotel, and food for the whole team. And she was thinking in big numbers. And I was saying, no, maybe what if we just bring the president of the Battle of the Drums, your husband? I said, why don't we bring Darius Avila here with plenty of time in advance? Of course, you have your business to take care of and the family to take care of. But, it will be something that could be worked out previously, with a lot of planning, a lot of phone calling without you having to be here. But then eventually, as the time approaches, maybe have you come maybe within the week of the event and just do it. You know what I mean? How does that sound?
Oh yeah, no, that sounds doable. We certainly would need to discuss a lot more in relation to it. But my wife is right that if we were to take the groups there, then it would be extremely costly.
Yes.
But we don't have to take the groups to Los Angeles or wherever in the U.S. We could establish groups right in the area.
Yes.
And then right from there in Los Angeles or wherever, we could then do a similar show using the groups right from in the U.S.
Yes.
Because for us in Belize, we bring all these groups to Punta Gorda to have the show, but we have to finance everything for them. We finance their travels to Punta Gorda, their hotel stay, their food, and then, of course, they win all of these fantastic prizes.
Wow.
So it's like a paid vacation for all the groups who come to
Oh,
PG for the... Yes.
Okay. No. In this case,
Well-
you don't worry about that because Los Angeles has some very good groups already, drumming and dance ensembles.
Yeah.
We're talking about groups that are from Belize, all parts of Belize, Siembite, Dangrigana, PG, let's see, what is the other town? From Hopkins. We also have...
Hopkins.
From Barranco, it's a big community here from Barranco. Also from Guatemala,
Yeah.
from Honduras. We have several Honduran communities here, and they have a lot of groups that come together. We just need the expertise and of course the branding that you bring with it, so that you could actually do it the way it's supposed to be done. We will be in charge of getting the sponsorship, to be able to come up with a nice package for the winners, and also for you to take back some of that money to continue your project in PG.
Yeah, that sounds like a very, very good idea. Yeah, I like that you speak about the branding, because, this is an event that is patented in Belize and internationally. And so if anyone was to try to replicate it without our approval, then, they would be up for some lawsuits and that type of stuff. But what we want to do is to the extent that we are promoting our culture and we are promoting it under the Battle of the Drums brand, then it has to follow a certain pattern, it has to have a certain standard, a certain quality has to be inbuilt into how it is done, and things like that, So it is important that when we replicate it anywhere else, that it is the Battle of the Drums from Belize, the secretariat, the organization from Belize, in fact, is who have, if not organizing it, at least they have set up in such a way that the branding will follow through wherever it is replicated.
Wow, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live on www.radiocentroamerica.com and on www.lmbroots.com radio in the Bronx, New York. This is your weekly radio show, Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. And we want to welcome all our wonderful and beautiful listeners who are here with us every Wednesday. I want to send a big shout out to Cecil Gutierrez, who is also from Paine, who is listening. He says he's listening, and he's all into the conversation and listening to Mr. Avila because he is really in love with the project, and of course he has a lot of respect for you, Mr. Avila. So big up to also David Ruz, que nos escucha allá en Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Saludos muy cordiales para David Ruiz allá en Tegucigalpa de la discoteca Móvil Super D. Thank you for listening in Tegucigalpa, Honduras as well. How's that, Mr. Avila?
Oh, yes, great. I want to also shout out to Cecil Gutierrez. He's my relative. His mom and my mom are very close relatives, and so him and I are also very close relatives. And shout out to all our good friends from Tegucigalpa. As a matter of fact, the group that we bring from out of Honduras now comes from San Pedro Sula. It used to come from out of Bahamar, Honduras, but most of them have moved into San Pedro Sula, and so now they come from out of San Pedro Sula. Nonetheless, they are Garifuna likewise, and we are very, very happy to have them for the Battle of the Drums.
Now, excellent, beautiful. Now, let's break it down. When we talk about competition, can you break it down? What are we expecting to see?
Yes. So the show is comprised of two segments. The show runs for about 3 to 4 hours. It is comprised of two segments. The first segment is a face-off round where the groups compete in playing 3 different categories of Garifuna music: punta, hugu, and paranda.
Wow.
And they play this in any sequence that they so choose. Now it's a face-off, so two groups are on the stage at the same time. Prior to 2014, we used to allow the groups to sit while they are drumming and they are playing their combination. As of last year, the groups are now have to stand and basically with their drums, stand, drum, sing, perform, advance towards the other group that is also standing on the other side of the stage, and basically do a big performance playing paranda, punta, or hugu in any order that they so choose, for a duration of no less than 7 and no longer than 9 minutes.
Wow.
So that's the first round. The second round is where they compete in playing chumba and wanaragua.
Okay.
And the chumba performance, they have to bring a very creative chumba performance. Again, we know that chumba is a mime dance where the dancer is showcasing some aspect of Garifuna life, and the drummers are basically drumming to the actions of the dancer. And so we have had a lot of creativity in terms of that aspect of the show. Once the chumba is over, and that goes from between 2 to 3 minutes, then the group proceed directly into playing wanaragua. Now, for the wanaragua portion of the show, each group is required to bring a wanaragua dancer as part of the group. However, the wanaragua dancer that the group brings dances for another group. So, for example, when Labuga Guatemala brings along their wanaragua dancer, that dancer will not dance for the drumming of the Labuga group. They will dance to the drumming of another group, maybe the Hopkins group, for example.
Very smart.
The Hopkins dancer might dance to the Barranco group, and so forth. The idea is that if you are a drummer, and remember it is a battle of the drums, so it is the drumming that is being judged.
Yes.
If you are a drummer, then you should be able to drum to the dancing of any wanaragua dancer, no matter where he or she comes from.
Wow. Excellent. I love it. I love it. That is really a true challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, we are listening to the president behind the Battle of the Drums movement, and he is explaining to us the structure of the Battle of Drums competition, how the drumming groups are judged in order to have a chance at advancing and at winning. So let's continue, please, Mr. Avila.
Yes. Now the judging, we judge 5 main areas as part of the competition. The first area is coordination among the group members. How well coordinated they are. Drummers, the segundo drummer with the primera drummer, and vice versa. And then, of course, yes, the singing is not judged, but at the end of the day, you're playing music. And so there has to be that synchronization, that coordination among the members. So that's one area of judging. The maximum points for that is 15 points. The other area of judging is creativity and style. How creative are the drummers, especially the primera drummer, who, can do a lot of different styles in his in drumming. So that's another area of judging creativity and style, and that is 20 points.
Wow.
Another area is transition. Now remember that I had mentioned that in the first round, the group plays a combination of punta, hugu, and paranda, but they play it in any order they choose. So they could choose to start with paranda and then end with hugu, or start with the hugu, go to punta and end with paranda, that type of stuff. So the idea though is that as they move from playing one type of Garifuna music to another type, they should not stop. And they move from playing one type to the other type should be seamless. So you should not even hear a break in that transition.
Wow.
So they go smoothly from playing, for example, if they go from punta to paranda, you will not hear a break in the drum as they move on into moving from punta to paranda. And then when they go into hugu, likewise.
Wow.
As well, the transition should be such that there is no indication from one drummer to the other that there should be a switch. So they have to be practicing well in advance before the show so that automatically they know when to switch, and that switch should be seamless. It is the same when they are playing chumba and wanaragua. They should move from playing chumba right into playing wanaragua without stopping.
Wow.
And without a break in the drum.
Wow, that
smooth
is tough.
Yes, and that carries again some heavy points. That carry 20 points.
Wow.
Another area of judging is the engagement of spectators. How well the audience is receiving the group. How well they are cheering. How well the group is interacting with the audience, and the audience is interacting back with the group. And so this is again a big area of judging, because recall now that it is important to keep the audience attention, because our audience is not all Garifuna people.
Right.
And so we have a wide following of non-Garifuna people. And so we have to be able, when the groups are performing, they have to be able to keep the interest of Garifuna and non-Garifuna alike. And so we give 15 points for the engagement of spectators, maximum. The final area of judging is the attire. The groups are required to be nicely dressed, and we prefer Garifuna attire. And so there is a scale that we judge the attire from, attire that is only designed, that's just general Garifuna attire, to a attire that is specifically designed for the show and for the group.
Wow.
And so that is the final area of our judging. So those are the 5 areas.
Thank you for that.
But
Mr.
so as to make the show lively and interesting, there are some other prizes that we also give out. We give prize for the best chumba performance. Now remember, chumba, when we are judging the drumming, that is part of the judging for the drumming show. But along with the drumming goes a performance, right? The chumba performance. So we judge the performance separately, and we give a prize for that. We also, again, along with the drumming for the wanaragua, there has to be a wanaragua dancer. And so, again, we give a prize separately for the wanaragua dancing, to the best wanaragua dancer. We also give a prize to the most exciting sisira performance.
Wow.
The person who can shake that shaka or maracas, whichever name we like to call it, we call it sisira in Garifuna. Whoever has that nice quality, that smooth sound with that sister doing a lot of creative styles and so forth would win that prize.
Wow, that is tough. That is tough. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and direct from the studios in Long Beach, and we have on the line the president behind the Battle of the Drums movement, which is also a branding. It's a brand that has been protected already in the country of Belize and internationally. For those of you who are interested in bringing it to New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, well, you know who to contact. Mr. Darius Avila is available through the Battle of the Drums page. If you go on Facebook and type Battle of the Drums, his information is there. You could send him a message personally and start the process. Now, there's a question that came in, Mr. Avila. From your experience to do something like that in Los Angeles, what would be the time frame in years for it to happen through, to make it the Battle of the Drums Los Angeles edition?
Well, we believe in solid planning and fine-tuning of our plans before execution. So I would say it would take at least a year first of all, for us to develop the concept, and then from there it would be then to plan the logistics, and then fine-tune the plans as we move on. So I would say like a year it would take for us to put something solid on the ground in Los Angeles or wherever outside of Belize.
Or Chicago.
Like I said, we believe in, or Chicago for that matter. We believe in solid planning because when the day comes for the show, there will still be some gray areas because, things are unpredictable. Life is unpredictable.
Yes.
But we want to be able to minimize. We want things to be flawless, albeit we still experience challenges. Even though we have been doing this thing for 9 years now, going on 10 years,
wow,
there are still some, some hitch-ups that appear that we did not expect. And that's the reason for serious planning, long-term planning before execution.
Right, great. Do you have the flyer already for promoting this year's Battle of the Drums in PG? Is there advertising already?
As a matter of fact, an agent of ours is finalizing that as we speak, and so I expect to have it by next Tuesday.
Okay.
I expect to have that flyer on our Facebook page and ready for circulation.
What date are we looking at this year?
This year, it will be the 14th day of November, Saturday the 14th of November. Now, I want to speak a little bit about, because it's not only a one-day event.
Right.
Actually, now, Battle of the Drums has evolved into being a weekend, a 3-day event, activity. And so we start out on Friday night with the Battle of the Drums Food and Fete. This is an event where we showcase Garifuna cuisine and Paranda music.
Wow.
And so it is a nice social event to come to because we have Garifuna food available from as part of the package. You pay one entrance fee at the door and you're entitled to sample and taste all the food that we have available. We have all different type of Garifuna food, but we package it in such a way that it is not so strenuous on the stomach. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Our Garifuna food can be a little heavy. But we package it, in small portions, so that it is in a nice fashion that people can eat. And once they would have eaten, they're moving around maybe with a conch soup or with a fish tea or with a darasa or with a little plate of bundiga or maybe a small plate of hudut, and once they would have tasted, they can then move over to the dessert area where they can have cassava cake or what is known as gingerbread or bola in our local parlance, that type of stuff. We have hiu, the cassava drink, hiu. We also have sahol, and different types of Garifuna drinks. So once you would have eaten and had a drink or two, then we jump right on into the music and we paranda. We have different artists line up for a nice paranda event after the eating has concluded.
Wow, excellent. I think with that said, you have just upset a lot of people because you described that food in such a manner that you got so many people hungry right now. How's that?
Yeah, I can imagine. So that's a Friday night. That event goes like from 7 p.m. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
Hello? Oh, okay. I was wondering if you're still there. Yes. So that event goes from 7 p.m. and it goes right on to 2 a.m.
Wow.
The next day, of course, is the Saturday, which is the Battle of the Drums. We normally would start out the activity about around 2 p.m., where we have the Battle of the Drums motorcade. And this is where all the groups that partake in the Battle of the Drums, each group is outfitted in a pickup truck, an open back pickup truck, where they would be drumming through the streets of Punta Gorda town. So we have a motorcade with Garifuna flags flying, and each of the group drumming in their respective pickup trucks and just hyping up things for the night's event.
Wow, that is beautiful.
And then, of course, in the night, the Battle of the Drums, and the following day, the Sunday, is an event we call the Paranda Show. It is a live radio broadcast done by Love FM, the national radio station out of Belize. And again, we showcase Paranda music, and this is an event that we do at my hotel, Bay Suites, where people would just come out and hang out, and we have live music, live Paranda music going, again, food and drinks and that type of stuff, and people just come to enjoy themselves, meet friends and family, and have a good time. This normally would go like from 2 in the afternoon right on to like about 7 or so in the night.
Excellent. Thank you for that information. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the president behind the Battle of the Drums movement. This is Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga, and we're live on RadioCentroamerica.com and www.lmbroots.com in the Bronx, New York. This is a wonderful interview. We don't want to finish. We still have a few questions for you, Mr. Avila, but I just wanted to acknowledge all of the people that are checking in and that are very excited about the concept behind the Battle of the Drums. So you will be hearing from a lot of people after this interview, as it is very, very appealing for the preservation of the culture. And that's what's leading into my next question. Let's see. What are your thoughts in regards to the Garifuna language and culture being in danger of disappearing now that you have this big monster of a event, of a movement going on? There is a lot going on in Nicaragua. St. Vincent at this point wants to be reacculturated into the Garifuna culture. Of course, they want to bring back the food, the music, everything Garifuna. So what are your thoughts in regards to that?
Oh, yes. Certainly we have to agree that it is deteriorating. We have a lot of work to do to keep the culture alive. I am very, very happy for all the groups and individuals who continue to promote the culture and continue to keep it alive. We cannot do enough for the culture to be brought back to what it was 40, 50 years ago. So I encourage each and every one of us who are either Garifuna or interested in the Garifuna culture to continue to work tirelessly to bring the culture back and to keep it alive. You will recall that at the beginning of this interview, I mentioned to you that the Battle of the Drums is an initiative,
Yes.
which is a cultural retrieval and preservation initiative. So yes, we have a big show. We have lots of people coming to see the show. At the end of the day, what they do is that by buying a ticket to go into the show and to be a part of the activities we have over the weekend, they are helping us to generate funds so that we can invest in our cultural retrieval and preservation agenda. And we have quite a few. So let me just give you a little synopsis of what we do as part of cultural retrieval and keeping the culture alive.
Please do.
So after 2006 is when we established the annual Battle of the Drums competition and show. The following year, 2007, we established what we call the annual Primary Schools Garifuna Translation Contest. Now, this is a contest where we have primary school age children competing to translate words from standard English into Garifuna. We have 7 schools who are currently a part of this annual Primary Schools Garifuna Translation Contest. We have 4 primary schools from out of Punta Gorda town, 1 primary school from Barranca Village, 1 primary school from Georgetown Village, and 1 primary school from St. Bite Village. So for the time being, the Primary Schools Garifuna Translation Contest is an event that takes place in the southern part of Belize. Again, it is broadcast nationally on our national radio, Love FM. And the idea is that this contest will go national. So we're expecting that in the next few years, we should have it as a national competition where we have primary school age kids competing from primary schools across the country.
Wow.
So we established that in 2007. Again, that exposes the language to a wide cross-section of Garifuna children in primary schools in various parts of our country. In 2008, we started what we call the Garifuna Language Drumming, Singing, and Dance Program. This is a program where every Saturday during the months of October to November and February to May, we teach Garifuna language in the morning, and we teach drumming, Garifuna drumming, singing, and dance in the afternoon, every Saturday. We cater to an average of 75 to 100 children in this program, and we have been having this program from 2008. Again, because we teach Garifuna language in the morning, then that helps to bring back the language. We have recognized that a lot of our Garifuna children no longer know how to speak the language. As a matter of fact, a lot of their parents don't know how to speak the language. And so, in doing that, it helps the children to learn the language. They go home and they, tell their mom and their dad, what they are learning, and that helps. In the afternoon, we teach drumming. In Punta Gorda, I'll tell you that we were running short of Garifuna drummers. As a matter of fact, for our Garifuna celebrations, we had only one group, which was the Mario McDonald and the O'Malley group, who did all the various events leading up to 19th of November and so forth. Wow. It was just because they were the only group in town, and we hardly had any other drummers outside of that group. Now, from we started this program in 2008, we have a large number of young guys, young boys, and now young men who are drumming, who have learned how to drum because of this particular program. Then, of course, along with this program goes with the singing and the dance aspect of it. And again, what we have been able to do is that a lot of the young children, in this program we cater to children from 5 years old to 14 years old. In this program now we have a lot of children singing Garifuna songs, the old ones and of course some new ones. And of recent, through our work that we have done with James Lovell, we have learned a lot of Garifuna nursery rhymes. So that has also been integrated into our drumming, singing, and dance program every Saturday. In 2009, we started what we call the Battle of the Drums annual summer camp. And so every summer we would have this camp, and this is where we immerse the students. Again, we cater to individuals from 5 years old to 15-year-old, and we immerse the students in the Garifuna culture. So we give them lessons on relevant developmental youth topics relating to the Garifuna. But we also involve them in traditional arts and crafts for the Garifuna. We teach them how to sew. We teach them how to make traditional craft like miniature drums, sisira, and other types of Garifuna implements.
Wow.
And as well, we also teach them drumming, singing, and dance as part of the summer camp. At the end of the summer camp, we would also take them to visit a Garifuna village or community in the country. You would be surprised to know how many children don't know other Garifuna communities in the country. And so that is an eye-opener for them to see and mix with other Garifuna children from other places.
Wow.
As of 2010, we started the annual Miss Yurume contest. This is a contest where the more matured women in our community, Garifuna women, vie in a contest to become the Miss Yurume for that particular year. All the presentations are done in Garifuna, and it is a real nice event, very comical event, if I could say that, very entertaining, I should say then. But again, we involve the older ladies in what we're doing, again, to showcase to the youths some aspects of Garifuna culture in an entertaining perspective. We also have, as well, starting from 2010 and continuing, we started the annual Children's Garifuna Talent Show. This is a show where we invite the children from the primary schools to come and showcase their talents during a night that we call the Garifuna Talent Show. And they would do all their presentations in Garifuna, or the presentation will be highly Garifuna influenced. Again, they would have to practice, so they would have to learn some words, they would have to learn some sentences, they would have to learn about the culture, and so that helps in bringing back the culture.
Wow.
We also started in 2008 our Garifuna language, sorry, not in 2008. We started that in 2012. I think I'm jumping. Let me jump to 2011 because every year we try to add something. So in 2011, we started the annual High Schools Battle of the Drums. Now, remember, we have the annual Adult Battle of the Drums, which is the one that is held the Saturday before the 19th day of November. Well, we noted that there was a lot of talent and energy in the high school system.
Wow.
And so, along with the principals from various high schools, we decided to start the annual High Schools Battle of the Drums. And man, this is an energetic, electrifying event. We have participated in this particular event a high school from out of Punta Gorda Town, Toledo Community College, a high school located 14 miles outside of Punta Gorda Town by the name of Julian Cho Technical High School.
Wow.
A high school from out of Independence Village, which is the midway between Punta Gorda and Dangriga Town, Independence High School, as well. Another high school from midway between Punta Gorda and Dangriga by the name of Georgetown Technical High School. And we have from out of Dangriga Town, Ecumenical High School, and as well Delhi Academy. And as of last year, we added a new high school from out of Belize City. Wesley College is now a part of the High Schools Battle of the Drums. And this year, we're hoping that another high school from out of San Ignacio, Kaya District, will be joining as part of the High Schools Battle of the Drums. So, again, that is an event that started in 2011, and it continues to grow each year. In 2011 as well, we decided that we recognized that our now deceased late Paul Nabor was moving up in age, and he was not being recognized enough. And so in 2011, we started what we call the Paul Nabor Birthday Concert. His birthday is the 26th day of January.
Yes.
And so we decided that we needed to celebrate his birthday each year until his death, until his passing. And that is what we did starting in 2011. Of course, we know that he passed away last year, but we were able, and we were very, very happy to be able to celebrate his birthday along with him and to show him all that love, that respect, that appreciation that a Garifuna statesman and musician like him, duly deserve. In 2012, we started another language-based program which we call the Garifuna Language and Arts and Craft in Schools program. Now, this is a program that we integrate into the school system. So, we started in 2 schools. In a school in Punta Gorda Town, St. Peter Claver School, where we teach Garifuna language at the Infant 1, Infant 2, Standard 1, and this year we're moving into Standard 2. And we also teach the same we also have the same program in Barranca Village from Infant 1 up to highest grade, Standard 6. The good part about this program is that we are exposing Garifuna now, not only to Garifuna kids or Garifuna children, but we're also exposing it to all children that go to school in those grades. And I will tell you that at the St. Peter Claver School, for example, from ages 5 to 8, we are exposing over 400 children to the Garifuna language.
Wow.
And I would say only about 30% are Garifuna children. But it is so impressive that other cultures are embracing our language. I recall that there is a saying that says that if you want to keep your language, then you should give it away. Meaning then you should involve others in your language, and that will help to keep it.
That's right.
So that's part of what we're doing in that program.
Excellent. Congratulations to you, Mr. Avila. Excellent program. And I heard that saying from Mr. Roy Cayetano the last time we interviewed him. You are right. You have to give it away to preserve it. Go ahead. Continue.
Yes, and we are doing exactly that. This year, as part of this Garifuna Language and Arts and Craft in Schools program, we are bringing out 4 Garifuna activity books. The name of the series is Wafrendera Garifuna. Now, these books are activity books that we will be using in our Garifuna Language in Schools program at the primary school level. But the books can easily be used by anyone who wants to learn Garifuna. And so I am saying to our audience out there, look out for our Facebook posting when we will have these books available for sale. They are really nice activity books which can help anyone who would like to learn to speak Garifuna, to learn in a educational, friendly way. Like I said, it goes for anyone who would like to learn to speak Garifuna. And so these books, we're expecting to launch the first 2 by the middle of October, and the other 2 by the middle of January of next year. So you could look out for these books on our Facebook page, and you will know where they could be purchased and things like that. So these are the programs that we run throughout the course of the year, and so we are very, very busy. Not to mention that we do family. In other words, no one needs to do it, and all our members who are part of the Battle of the Drum Secretariat are full-time employed elsewhere in their own jobs.
Yes.
But we find the time, nevertheless, to give back to our culture through these various programs and activities.
Well. Thank you so much, Mr. Darius Avila. This has been such a rewarding experience. We have learned so much from what you've been doing throughout the years, and I think that business degree, that master's degree in business administration, really came in handy to help you develop the patience in your smarts to be able to develop these programs. I mean, you have not only developed the movement, but also they have flourished, and you have branched out in many ways to try to help with the preservation of the language. So from the bottom of our heart, we thank you so much for having allowed us to come into your home, for sharing with us and the audience in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Houston, Seattle, Washington, the world who are listening right now, and giving us such wonderful news of this retrieval program. I can call it the Battle of the Drums movement, but I mean, it's just a huge, it's a monster. You have created such a talented team that has developed and helped you, along with your wife and your children, a very nice retrieval program. So congratulations from Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this interview?
Yes, certainly. I just want to highlight that this year is our 10th year at the Battle of the Drums, and like I mentioned to you earlier, we want to make it big. And so we are starting our activities as of next month. The October the 9th, 10th, and 11th, we'll be having what we are calling the Battle of the Drums Champion of Champions Roadshow.
Wow.
So what will happen is that we are bringing back all the champions over the past 10 years to compete in this road show. And the show will visit Dangriga Town on the 9th day of October, Friday the 9th of October. October the 10th, we will visit Belize City.
Wow.
And October the 11th, we will be returning back to Punta Gorda Town to have the road show in Punta Gorda. So we will have the show in 3 places. So that will kick off our event here for the 10th anniversary. And then we move on into November.
Mm-hmm.
And in November, our first event will be on I'm just pulling up my calendar here. Sorry.
Go ahead, take your time. Mm-hmm.
Yes, our first event in November will be on November the 6th, where we have the 5th Annual High Schools Battle of the Drums. And that event will be held in Dangriga Town, because the Lille Academy will be the high school that is hosting this event. We rotate the High Schools Battle of the Drums throughout the school system. And so last year we held it in PG because it was the Holancho Technical High School that was hosting. This year it will be out of Dangriga, since the Lille Academy is hosting. And so that event will be held on the 6th of November. Then the following day, November 7th, Saturday, we'll be having our Miss Yorume contest. This year is our 6th year having this contest. And so we are bringing back the 5 champions over the past 5 years to compete in the Miss Yorume contest. Again, this should be a show to behold. The next day, November 8th, we'll be having the Battle of the Drums 10th anniversary Garifuna Mass and Service Day. So that will be a Sunday. We're inviting everybody who will be in the Punta Gorda Town area to join us in coming to Mass, giving, our Lord and Savior acknowledgement, respect, praise, and ask Him to continue to oversee our work and give us the health and strength to continue to do it. On the 9th of November, we'll have a public forum at the Father Ring Parish Hall in Punta Gorda Town. And in this forum, we'll discuss the state of the Garifuna in Toledo. We will look at very, very critically where we are as a culture in the Toledo district, with a view to identifying whatever weaknesses there are and coming up with some proposed interventions that we believe we should pursue to bring our Garifuna culture back to that formidable culture it once was in the past. On the November the 10th, we'll be having a cultural retrieval preservation exhibition where we will showcase all the work we have been doing over the past 10 years. The following day, we'll be having our children's talent show. That will be November the 11th. On November the 12th, we'll be having our youth talent show. And I forgot to mention this, but I want to say now that as part of our program and our agenda, we have what we call the Battle of the Drums Youth Arm. Now, this is a team of young persons who we hope to give the mantle to carry on the work of the Battle of the Drums. You know, the Battle of the Drums is organized by what we call the Battle of the Drums Secretariat, and I will mention the members to you shortly. But all of us, like life, you know, we're moving up. We will get old and feeble.
Certainly.
And it is important for us to build continuity into what we do. That's the reason we have this youth arm, which we hope to give the reins to continue the work. And so this youth arm will be having a talent show on November the 12th. And then that leads us up to the Friday, November the 13th, the Battle of the Drums Food and Fete, November the 14th, Battle of the Drums, and right along into November the 19th, where I have to tell you that in Belize, in PG, we staged the best Yurume, the best depiction of the first arrival of the Garinagu to the shores of Belize. You know that all the various Garifuna communities, as part of their 19th celebration, would host or have a Yurume ceremony. Well, in Belize, we depict it as closely as you possibly can to what it's supposed to, or what it was like back then when our ancestors first arrived at these shores. And so we have, as part of our depiction of that, a short showcase where the superintendent is actually a Caucasian male person who represented the British Crown at the time.
Wow.
We have dugout dories where our ancestors, led by Alejo Beni and his team, are a part of the showcase. So you're in Belize, 19th day of November. Come to Punta Gorda if you want to see a depiction of Yurume in its true sense.
Wow.
And so those are our activities as celebrating our Battle of the Drums 10th anniversary in 2015. I want to end by just highlighting the team of people who have been strong and formidable behind us over the years that we call the Battle of the Drums Secretariat. We have my brother Luke Palacio, who is the president of the Belize National Teachers Union at this time. We have Mr. Anthony Fuentes, who was former mayor of Punta Gorda Town and now a teacher. We have Mr. Harris Lucas, who is a retired principal, now living in the U.S., but he's also still a formidable support of our group. Mr. James Pitio, who is a major in the Belize Defense Force.
Wow.
Dr. Carmen Lopez, who is the manager of the Education Center in Punta Gorda Town. Ms. Modesta Palacio, who is an education officer in the Ministry of Education in Punta Gorda Town. Ms. Joan Avila, my cousin, who is a nurse in the medical department in Punta Gorda. Mr. Glenn Enriquez, He's my nephew. He's a lecturer at the University of Belize.
Wow.
Mr. Francis Roches, who is a teacher at the Juliancho High School. Mr. Mario Martinez, who is a retired public officer. Mr. Michael Morales, who is a public officer. Mr. Mick Castillo, who resides in Hopkins Village, and as well Mr. Ugundani Avila, who is our youngest secretariat member, but who is a very vibrant and dynamic youth.
Wow.
So these are the team of people who gives me a lot of support, who forms the Battle of the Drum Secretariat, and who are steadfast behind our Garifuna cultural retrieval and preservation agenda.
Wow, Mr. Avila, I have a lot of respect for you, and after hearing all of these, I have no words. Despite of the rigorous business commitments that you still have and find the time to give back to your community, and not only in Punta Gorda, but like you said, you have it spread out all over. Now taking it to Belize City and to Dangriga in back and forth, and of course collaborating with people from Guatemala and Garifuna from Honduras. That is just amazing. I want to give you a big applause and big thanks to you and your team, the noble people that you mentioned, for their tireless work, because this requires a lot of time away from family, a lot of time away from work, a lot of time and money that's coming out of your pocket to make sure that you have preservation of the culture where it's supposed to be. Thank you so much for the time. I truly appreciate the hour and 30 minutes that we have had of conversation, and for you to share this wonderful project that a lot of people need to know about. Trust me, we are going to make this recording available on our YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to listen to this interview tomorrow, it will be uploaded on our videos. We upload it as a video, and we're going to be posting all kinds of pictures from the past events of the Battle of the Drums and its many programs through GAFU channel on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Mr. Avila. Appreciate it. Again, we are indebted to you. You have really brought forward a wonderful program and shared it with all of our audience. So all we hope is for people to start really thinking about the preservation of the culture to the level that you have brought it along with your team. So congratulations for that.
Certainly, sir. Thank you as well. And anyone who would want our assistance in making recommendations, suggestions as to how it could be replicated anywhere that you are, we would be more than happy and willing to do so. Likewise, if there is anyone out there who would want to help support us financially or otherwise in what we do, you can contact us through our Facebook page, and we would be more than happy to accept your contributions as we continue to pursue this all-important work as Garifuna to preserve our culture.
Thank you, Niabu Sasamu, Mr. Avila, in Butiguño.
Butiguño geso husung agam bahatia loagam gagamorle.
Ayo.
Good night. Thanks one and all.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We present our weekly radio show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have interviews from Aurelio Martinez to Consigo, Gado Nunez, Gloria Osiris, Lord Augustin. Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga brings them all to you on our weekly radio show. Listen live on your home computer, smartphone, iPad, and notebook. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook through Ronnie Figueroa. Also on TuneIn. If you don't have the application, download it for free. Welcome to Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga.
Let's get ready to rumble!
1, 2, 3, 4. Ei, Masami na rutina.
Kemotia. That is for the musical talk with DJ Labuga. Thank you to Mr. Darius Avila tonight. Wonderful interview. Kemotia.
stop beating the day that you tore his world apart. And it's over now, and it's over now, all is said and done. You got up, you walked out, you didn't even look back. You left his world with no remorse, but you forgot that you turned to him. When darkness falls, when friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled waters, who will lay you down? Like a bridge over troubled waters, who will lay you down?
Familia, we're live. Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga every Wednesday 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Motia.
puta pao.
Yeah.
yale numadaguno so yale numadagu so yale numadaguno so yale au beinu Balapata soya, balapata soya, balapata soya, balapata soya.
Live in the mix, DJ Labuga, ladies and gentlemen. Que motia. Thank you, familia. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Thank you, familia. Thank you and good night. We'll see you next Wednesday. We have Pichi Castillo next Wednesday. Cafu presentó Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. Es un programa semanal de 7 de la noche a 9 de la noche todos los miércoles a través de www.radiocentroamerica.com en Los Ángeles y www.lmbroots.com radio en Nueva York. Tune in next Wednesday again for Garifuna Music and Talk with DJ Labuga. We're live and direct through www.radiocentroamerica.com and lmbroots.com radio in New York. Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m.
Wanukanda la buga, wabaraka ko na dika. Wanukanda la buga, wabaraka ko na dika. Wanukanda la buga, wabaraka ko na dika. Wanukanda la buga, wabaraka ko. People the ball, people the jump on the floor, people the jump in the water. La buga, 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 la
Hey, Gula Bay, Takutabo. Bueno, este es Little Joe, a.k.a. La Punta Show, con DJ La Fuga esta noche.